Unless I count the time I exposed myself at a Dodger game. The police decided not to press charges. They said it was too small an incident. Bastards. You know, this has been a very, very, very tough summer for me. I was planning a nice trip to Montreal, Canada. And then I found out that I was a victim of identity theft. So if I'm not myself tonight, it's because someone else is. Yeah, I got calls from MasterCard and Visa wanting me to confirm what they considered were very large charges, such as $10,650, first-class airfare to Paris, Monte Carlo, Rio, Bangkok, and Macau. $5,800 restaurant and liquor bills. $4,250 cruise to the Greek islands. And $9,525 for female escorts. Well, I got a call today from the district attorney's office saying that they caught the guy and wanted to know if I wanted to come down and press charges. Thought about it and I said, no, I'm not interested in that. But you could do me a big favor and ask the guy if he'd consider taking me on his next vacation. You know, the only bright ray of sunshine through this whole summer for me has been something that, well, I feel exceptionally proud about. And at a relatively advanced age, I went back to school, and in 2 weeks I'll be graduating. Please. To tell you the truth, traffic school wasn't that difficult. But I do have to stop smoking weed before I drive. I've already gotten free tickets this month for stopping at green lights. And since I also stop at red lights, I never get very far. Speaking of school, I just recently retired from teaching 35 years in New York City, in public schools in New York City and Los Angeles. My first teaching job was in a tough middle school in the South Bronx. I was replacing a teacher whose class had pushed him down 3 flights of stairs. Yeah. After the job interview with the principal, he asked me if I had any questions. I said yes. Do you think I could please have a class on the first floor? I grew up in the Bronx in a very dysfunctional Jewish family. My father was a short, brutish man who resembled that great actor Edward G. Robinson. My mother, she was a small, brutish woman who also resembled Edward G. Robinson. They were big drinkers, very, very big drinkers. My father's favorite was a Canadian Club. And my mother drank all the Manischewitz wine she could get her hands on. I remember coming home late once from my 3rd grade class, and they started screaming obscenities and throwing things at me just because I was missing happy hour. I can still remember that can of mixed nuts grazing my ear. My parents. I tell you, I think their drinking affected their judgment because they decided to pull me out of middle school and homeschool me, which I think was a big mistake since the only thing that they could read was Hebrew, which if you don't know is read from right to left. Took me 11 years to finish that book by Melville Herman, Dick Moby. And I still have no idea what the fuck it's about. I think I would have had a better upbringing if I was raised by a herd of wildebeest, to tell you the truth. My parents were something else, especially my mother. She was a very selfish, stingy, cheap woman. I remember when my father died, the funeral director asked her if she wanted an open coffin. She said, "Why? Is it cheaper without the lid?" Well, at least she did honor his request to be buried at sea. In a moving after-dark ceremony, she cast his ashes into the Atlantic from the back of a Carnival singles cruise. And then ran back inside so she wouldn't miss the midnight buffet. After my father died, my grandma Rose, she came to live with us. She was from the old country and spoke in a real thick Yiddish accent. She was very much into hygiene and health. Like every night before I went to sleep, she'd come in and say, "Charlie, don't forget to brush your teeth." I didn't forget, Grandma. Because of you, I spent my entire childhood with inflamed nipples. And rampant tooth decay. Tell you, what got me through childhood, and especially my adolescence, was music. I loved music, especially the vocal groups from the late 50s and early 60s, like the Brothers Four, Four Freshmen, the Four Lads, the Four Seasons. Me and my high school buddies, we formed our own group, our own vocal group. We were the Four Skins. We did only covers. When rock and roll burst onto the scene, we tried to make the transition, but it was just too much of a stretch. Have a wonderful summer. Thank you very much.